guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you might remember from my July Plan With Me video, I had talked about wanting to update the setup that I had in the front of my bullet journal. So I wanted to update my April through July goals, which are the goals that I took from my 52 goals in 52 weeks spread in my collection bullet journal and pulled out into my personal bullet journal so that I could remember to actually work on these goals. So I would say that this has worked fairly well. I've done quite a number of these goals, but I've been noticing that there are a few things that I wanted to move back and do later. So for example, in July, and I have other goals that I need to work on in order to meet my goals for the year, because as I went through and did here, as of mid-June, I was only about 35% finished with my goals, which means I kind of need to step it up if I want to finish everything for the new year. So what I thought I would do is, oops, flip back here. I am going to set up a new version of the spread that I have in the front of this bullet journal for July through September. And I'm going to pull new goals. So I thought I would do a time lapse of how I did this and then show you the finished product at the end. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the new spread that I have, and you'll notice I forgot to actually do the same setup. Oopsie. I forgot to do this style that I did before, but basically I took anything that was still pending here. So I have the Read a Book in Spanish, See My Grandparents, Morning Pages, Finish El Internado, and KonMari, which were essentially the only things that I had left to do on here. And I transferred those, so I will end up migrating those tasks in a minute. So I transferred them over here and I expanded. So I went through starting from 1, and I just kind of went through the rest of what I've got. So for example, my reading goal, 52 books, I'm going to leave that on here and not put it in here because I am working towards it, but I don't know that I'll necessarily be done with 52 books in September, so I didn't put it on here. But I do want to read a book in Spanish and a book in Italian. I need to do some of my resume stuff. I need to finish up my KonMari, and you'll see that I actually have it 2 times because I need to do things in my parents' house, and I also need to finish up my apartment here. So I have finished some of them at my apartment here, but I have not from Fairfax. I've got a couple of things for social media. I want to do my digital KonMari this time around. These I actually need to do over the summer. And then I've got a couple other reading goals, See My Grandparents, savings goals, and then a couple of media things, mostly in foreign languages, not all. So basically this is a lot, but I also have the summer off because I'm a teacher, so I hope to get through more this summer than maybe I was able to do during the school year, which is why I kind of packed in a lot on this page. So this I actually leave like so. Whenever I finish something on these pages, that's when I actually go back through and I'll check it off in my collection bullet journal. So the last thing that I will do is, whoops, gonna close that. Sorry, I have to keep covering up my financial information. Sorry about that. I completely forgot that was on the facing page. So what I'm going to do now, because even though this is for July, I basically decided to cut off July on here and move it to the next one. I'm just gonna go ahead and migrate these particular open tasks, which these are all tasks that I had written down, so that's good. I didn't forget any of them. So I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to check off in the corner here so that I know that this page is completed. And that's just my little symbol for I finished with this. I don't need to look back at it for any information. So what I will end up doing is as I cross these off, you'll notice that I also keep a running tally at the bottom here for how many I've actually finished so that I don't have to keep going back and counting them. And maybe in September, whenever I get through the end of this goal, I have a little line here that I can write down what percentage I've gotten through and see if I'm kind of on track, which I might do sooner just because September puts me at almost the end of the year. There's only a couple of months left, so I need to be most of the way done with these goals. So that is basically how I wanted to update my goals so that I could keep working on them through the rest of this particular bullet journal and through the rest of the year in general. So hopefully this was kind of helpful if any of you are doing a goals challenge. So mine is 52 goals in 52 weeks, but if you're doing like one of the 101 goals in 1,001 days sort of things, I thought this might be useful to see how I basically try to focus in on certain goals at a time. This is actually kind of a lot, but what I do is sometimes I'll take them and put them on a month level, that those are the things I want to work on that month. But this is just to give me an idea of the things I reasonably think I can get done, assuming I actually get my butt in gear and work on these. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and or subscribing to my channel. I do try and post once a week or so during the summer. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.